Good morning, welcome back to Marty's Tying Bench. Vice Squad this week, we're going to tie something a little bigger. We're going to practice with some foam. This is a Chernobyl Ant, and with the colors I've chosen, I call this one a cherry smash, like that hideous old candy that I just couldn't stay away from. Anyway, this is a size 8. It's a 3x long hook. And Dai Riki, it's a 710. I'm not, any hook's going to do. Just a shorter shanked hook will simply give you a bigger gap. Going to use 140 denier thread. Pink might be a little bit neater on this one for thread, but black works just fine. Most of us are going to tie with black, so I'll just demonstrate that way. Now, to get this foam to stick without using glue is a little faster tie, so we're going to look for a way to help keep it from spinning. And I'm going to start by just putting some old worm chenille underneath. This is pink, but the size of the foam is big enough to shroud this completely, so it really doesn't matter what color you use. I've got a piece of foam that I've cut and vicinity of the width of the hook gap. Now I want my thread to be in a place where there's just a little bit of space in front to tie off at the end of this pattern. A couple of turns, pinch the foam, then pull tight. Now I'm going to jump across on the top and make another segment. Didn't quite close it up, but if I made my segments just a little smaller, it would. So let's make this segment a little smaller. Almost. Push that foam down before I tighten it. Yep, that one closed it up. And this last one should get us right about bend of the hook. Okay, now I'm going to go straight to the top color, which is chocolate, a dark brown, and we're going to set this one and make our turns right in that same gap. Now we're going to install our some legs now, and in sticking with our cherry smash theme, I've got some pink Sexi Floss. Tie one in on the near side. And one in on the far side. Now, before I move forward, I'm going to put a little indicator hotspot, and we're going to use a blaze orange for this one, but any bright color that you see well will do. One snug turn is going to hold that in place. Now I'm going to get my thread tops and then move it to the next segment. Do it again. All the way to the front. Now if you kept those on top, none of those turns will show up on the bottom, and hopefully not on the sides there. I got it showing a little bit on the side, but that's alright. Now if I stretch this a little bit, you'll see it helps spread those rear legs. So I'm going to stretch it just a little bit. Tie that down on the front. Ready for legs on the front. Get another strand of pink. If you want to watch Tim Flagler's videos, he's got another kind of cool way to tie these legs in. I've been doing it this way for a long time, and I'm fairly quick at it, so I'm just going to stick with one at a time on each side. Not my final trim here. I've tied those a little extra long on purpose, and I'll show you why in a moment. Now, not sure where my orange went. It went flying off when I trimmed it, so let's put a bright yellow on the front. Okay, now I'll be able to lift all of that up, and if I left space like I told you to, we'll be able to tie our whip finish right there on the hook, which is always going to be your best knot. Alright, ready for some trimming. I'm going to turn this upside down so that I can see. Cut that off square. Cut the indicators short. Rear end's not too bad like it is, but let's cut it just a little shorter. And then come through and just nip the corners. That last one's going to be easier to do if I take it out of the hook, or out of the vise. There. If we want, we're done. But I'm going to take a red Sharpie and pinch the very ends of these and just kind of touch it in a few places. No explanation for it, but this fish-like pink. You'll see pink hoppers, you'll see pink on a lot of things, and I just decided to kind of go whole hog on the pink on this particular pattern. There we go. Now, you're going to cut these the length you like. Some people like them very long, some people like them very short. I like to think that mine are right in the middle and plenty of length to move around, but not so much they're going to foul on your hook. There we go. Chubby Chernobyl, cherry smash style. Have fun. This thing will float like a cork. It makes for a good strike indicator if you want to drop a smaller fly under it. Dye this in a variety of colors. Other popular ones are going to be brown over tan, all black, black over red, lots of varieties. There we go.